Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
A fire breaking out at an apartment complex in Arvin. How Kern County officials were able to control the blaze.
And come out and have breakfast for a good cause here at Happy Jack's in downtown Bakersfield. More on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Good morning and thanks for joining us here at 23 ABC News at 8 a.m. I'm Tori Cooper.
And I'm Emma Lockhart.
So glad to have you with us. Best part of the show, we have our sun is officially up and it looks like seasonal and chilly conditions.
Yes, and those clouds have cleared out. It was a little bit cloudy earlier this morning, but as you can see on our rooftop camera, clear blue skies. Unfortunately, a little bit of haze out there on the horizon. We are now in the moderate range. But taking a look at those temperatures, we are still cool out there at 38 degrees. Taking a look at the rest of the county, those mountain communities seeing the low 30s, 20s in some areas like Lebec, 32 in Tehachapi, 32 at Jawbone Canyon, and 41 in Mojave. Now those wind speeds have died down since yesterday. Still breezy in areas like Tehachapi as well as up in Lake Isabella. It's looking like those breezy conditions will continue throughout the day in our mountains and desert. But looking at some weather headlines, we are going to stay sunny and seasonal today. Next chance of rain is on Tuesday, but that system is looking like it's going to be weak. So not really looking too promising for rain here in the valley or mountains, but we are tracking a winter storm on Thursday. I'll have details on that in just a bit.
New this morning, a lethal storm sweeping across the American South and Midwest. At least 12 people dead, including 2 first responders. The
storm has also brought with it snow, rain, ice, and even reported tornadoes. ABC's Kaylee Hartug has the latest from Hagton, Louisiana.
Overnight, that deadly storm bringing snow, rain, and possible tornadoes marches on. The major system now leaving behind 12 dead and a trail of destruction. In Arkansas, this drone video showing just a glimpse of the storm's wrath. Powerful winds tearing the roof off this structure, debris scattered everywhere. In Louisiana, residents picking up the pieces too. A reported tornado shredding this home and snapping trees like twigs. And in Texas, a firefighter and police officer were killed on the highway while responding to a crash. In Illinois, this car crushed after heavy rains flooded streets and triggered major accidents throughout the state. Icy roads creating treacherous driving conditions in Wisconsin. Semis sent sliding, while this one was tossed on its side like a toy.
Back here at home, a fire broke out overnight at an apartment complex in Arvin, causing residents to evacuate. Kern County fire officials responded to the complex on Mayor Street in Arvin just before midnight last night. All residents of the 4-unit complex were able to safely evacuate, and officials were able to contain the fire. The flames caused extensive damage to 1 unit. Officials gave the family from the damaged unit a save card for immediate needs and temporary housing.
Bakersfield police officials are searching for 2 suspects involved in a robbery. Shortly after 3 p.m. Saturday, officers responded to the 11-1 market for a robbery with a firearm. The market is located on 11th Street in central Bakersfield. The investigation revealed 2 suspects brandished a firearm at the cashier and left the store with the cash register. The first suspect is described as a Hispanic man with a heavy build and a full beard. He was last seen wearing a black t-shirt and sunglasses and blue jeans. The second suspect is being described as a Hispanic man with a medium build and a mustache. This man was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt, black pants, and was armed with a handgun. The suspects drove off in a gray or silver SUV type vehicle. Anyone with information is urged to call BPD at 327-7111.
Switching gears now, if you're looking for a way to have brunch and help out a good cause, Happy Jack's may be just the place for you.
23 ABC's Austin Westfall is live at Happy Jack's with more on what they are cooking up for a good cause.
Yeah, business is picking up. We were out here in the 6 o'clock hour. It wasn't too busy, but now special menus going. We got people outside eating. We've got tons of business inside. People are going to start flooding in here until 2 p.m. today. They're serving breakfast here, and then they'll be serving lunch a little bit later. Cash only. We're going to remind you that a lot this morning. Cash only here at Happy Jack's. I'm joined now by the owners of Happy Jack's, Ruben and Francis. How are you guys doing this morning?
We're doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Doing amazing. Tell me a little bit about why you think helping this cause is so important.
Go ahead. Okay. She doesn't want to talk. I'll do it then. I think it's important because, you know, the community has given us something here. And we have to share it with somebody else that needs more help than we do. So I think that's the reason. If you've ever seen the situation at the house where people come in, they have no place to stay, and that's a good place for them to stay without having to be a burden on their finances.
And tell me, a lot of stuff on the special menu says special menu today. You guys aren't normally open on Sunday.
No.
Specifically on the second Sunday of every month.
Right.
You guys open just for this cause, donate all of the money to the Ronald McDonald House. What's on the special menu?
That's your.
We have pancakes, and they're very good. We make them from scratch. And we also have burritos, and we have ham, bacon, eggs, and sausage. We have enchiladas. We make our own beef enchiladas, and you can still get a burger at 6 in the morning, and it is 1/3 of a pound ground sirloin. And biscuits and gravy for those that like the little southern touch, and we have our famous chile verde.
And it's all great stuff. I sampled a little bit myself before we went on air today. Thank you guys for doing what you're doing.
Welcome.
We'll be hanging out here at Happy Jack's all morning. Again, cash only here at Happy Jack's. They're open until 2 p.m. every second Sunday of the month. If you can't make it today, come down another month. Help out the Ronald McDonald House. But for now, in downtown Bakersfield, Austin Westfall, 23 ABC, connecting you.
We first told you about Crystal Hernandez during our special on the 6-month anniversary of the Ridgecrest quakes. The single mother of 3 is still without a home. However, her heartbreaking story resonated with a local man watching, now on a mission to help. Here's more on how this tragedy is now turning into hope for her and others.
It's this touching moment.
I don't want to lose that face. I don't, and I feel like I am going to lose it.
Of a mother's pain and a son's comfort that inspired Tony Martinez to take action after seeing Crystal Hernandez's story.
When her son came up to her and hugged her, when she sat there crying, I said, we got to do this.
Hernandez is a single mother of 3 who was forced out of her home following the Ridgecrest earthquakes in July. Our story revealing how 6 months later, her home is still damaged and she doesn't have the money to rebuild.
It's just a memory now because I can't afford to fix it.
Martinez now on a mission to change that. He's the president of the local nonprofit Rebuilding Together Kern County.
We rehab homes for veterans, seniors, disabled, low-income families at no cost to them.
Thursday night, Martinez got approval from the board to move forward with a project to help Hernandez and other families impacted in Ridgecrest. Hernandez, who learned of the news just hours ago, beyond grateful.
Just hearing that little bit, that they want to help, you don't understand. It's overwhelming, but it's a good feeling.
Martinez says the organization will need help from the community through volunteers and other partners that can assist in the project. Meantime, he plans on heading up to Ridgecrest to see the damage and talk with other organizations to get a better idea of the work that still needs to be done.
And with this project is one that we know that if we get in there and get it done, it'll really impact Crystal and her children especially.
Rebuilding Together Kern County will need volunteers, money, and community support to get this project done. For more information on how you can help, head to our website, turnto23.com.
From the nation's capital to Los Angeles and even here in Bakersfield, millions of people will be marching in cities around the country in the annual Women's March. This is video from a previous march in downtown Bakersfield. Organizers say the event coincides with nationwide marches. Now, the march will feature local speakers, more than 50 local nonprofit organizations and local business vendors showing their support for equality and rights. The event is scheduled for next Saturday, January 18th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Central Park off of 21st Street in downtown Bakersfield.